Hi beautiful people, I hope that you are all doing really well. Happy New Year and welcome to 2022. I'm excited. So today's pick a card reading, we're going to be having a look at how your partner is currently feeling about the connection, what their thoughts and feelings are, and what their intentions are moving forward. So this reading is more so for people who are currently in a relationship and or a connection, whatever label you wish to give it. Not so much for people who have just sort of started to talk to someone but there is no real connection there as yet, if that makes sense. But of course that can be interpreted so many ways. So it's entirely up to you if you want to read this reading, but it is a romantic or a love reading. I am going to be showing you 3 different words that you're going to choose from for the 3 different readings. Of course you can watch all 3, although as I always advise, to get a more clear message I recommend that you just pick the one. Please also remember that this is a very general reading, that time is an illusion and that energy is fluid, so therefore things can change very quickly, especially once you get the messages that you need to about your current situation. I also wanted to do a bit of a trigger warning as well before I started the readings. I know that some of these readings can be quite triggering because you may not always get the outcome that you're looking for or hope to hear what it is that you ideally want. And because I don't cherry pick my cards and because I'm a very raw reader, sometimes, you know, you may potentially get upset. You may not. It depends how you look at it, right? So just wanted to give you a heads up in case you're feeling a little bit vulnerable or over emotional at the moment. Maybe this might not be the best time to watch this video. But if you want a really clear message and if you want, you know, if you want to hear what it is that I'm getting for you, then definitely watch this because you might get a lot out of it. All right, guys, before I continue, I think that's all I really had to say at this moment. I think I've covered. If you want a personal reading, you can find all my details in the description box below alongside all my social media platforms. Okay, let's get into it, guys. So the first pile, or pile 1, we have sensitivity. Pile 2, or word 2, we have clarity. And pile 3, or word 3, we have integrity. So from top to bottom, sensitivity is pile 1, clarity is pile 2, and integrity, is pile 3. So if you want a little bit more time to choose which is going to be your reading, that's okay, but I'll get you to pause the video because I'm about to start the readings. Okay, lovely souls, for those of you who chose pile 1 or the word sensitivity, this is going to be your reading. So the word sensitivity may sort of correlate with what's going on at the moment. It might not, it might just be a word, but see how it sits with you and see how it feels in your body when you think of that word. Anyway, let's get into your reading. So we're first looking at how your person feels about your connection currently. Now, because this is a very general reading, sorry, I was just checking the mic was working. Because this is a very general reading, you'll need to apply it to your situation. Some of it may or may not resonate, so take it with a grain of salt, and also feel very free to leave feedback and comments below. All right, let's get into it. So the first card we have is the 8 of Cups. So this is how they're feeling currently about your connection. Now, please remember that this energy may also be coming from you and may be shared. So I get a feeling that they're a little bit disappointed with something that's happened, something that's gone on within the connection, and they're really now thinking about and focusing on moving forward. And to be honest with you, and what I'm getting here, and it may not be what you want to hear, but I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you. I really feel like they're thinking about, either thinking about moving forward on their own and, moving towards their own happiness, their own fulfillment. We have strength clarifying, which to me means that this person is really trying to build up the strength and the courage to tell you about this, and to, I guess as well, be honest with themselves about how they're feeling about the connection. Cup cards are about emotions, and as you can see, this person is walking away, and they're walking towards the Nine of Cups, which is wish fulfillment, and especially on a personal level. So I really feel like this is what this person is either trying to walk towards within this connection, or doing this on their own as a journey. But they're trying to find the strength to do this, because this means they're really going to have to be honest with themselves, and of course honest with you about what's going on. This is a big lesson in them being able to control their ego, and really what is going to be, for the higher good for themselves, which sounds selfish, but at the end of the day, I'm sure you'll agree, we don't want to be with someone who is not going to, where the feelings are not going to be reciprocated, and they just feel like they're in the wrong place. It's either that, or they're trying to work on themselves to feel happier within the connection. But either way, the person feels unhappy in the connection, because we were talking about their current energy in the connection. Now, we then have the Two of Pentacles. Yes, this person is feeling emotionally unbalanced. They probably have other things going on in their life as well at the moment, which they're struggling to keep afloat, to juggle, to prioritize, and they're just feeling overwhelmed. They don't feel in control of their emotions. Maybe they're having issues with finances as well, but I feel like they're just overall just not in balance. They don't know what to feel or think. There's some confusion there. Now we have the Ten of Pentacles clarifying this. So I feel like this person is trying to juggle a decision that is going to best suit them, and that is going to best suit their future as well, in regards to building a solid foundation, and one that is comfortable. So I don't know your situation, whether you have a family with this person or not, but they're questioning whether whether there's enough stability here, whether there potentially could be enough stability in this relationship, and I think that they're trying to juggle their heart and their head, and they're very much focused at the moment on making money and trying to create more of a solid foundation, especially with money. Maybe they don't feel as if they're making enough money. Maybe they don't feel like they can provide enough money within the connection. Take it as it resonates for you. Their intention, we have the Two of Swords. So I feel like this person has no intention at this point of time to really open up to you. They're still needing to find the strength to do this, and I feel like this person is someone that's quite proud. They have a lot of pride, and it's not easy for them to be honest with themselves about their feelings and then to be able to express them as well. So their intention is just to sort of keep themselves guarded, keep their heart guarded, and not feel any more than they have to. It's like they just don't want to see what's ahead of them because I'm really focusing, being drawn to the blindfold. It's like they're just in denial and they're not wanting to have to deal with anything. So they're probably a little bit shut down as well and maybe acting a little bit cold. We have the Four of Cups clarifying this. So this is really telling me that yeah, they're not wanting to take on, the offer of this connection. They're not wanting to take on the offer of support at this point of time. They're really just, they're just, I feel a little bit like they're in victim mode, to be honest with you. I feel like this is really them. And I feel like they're also potentially missing out on really good opportunities around them because they're just so closed off to everything. They feel a little bit, they just feel disappointed. Now, I've got 2 words of advice for you as a viewer and also a oracle card, which is from the Witch's Familiars. So your oracle card is the Bat, direction. So this is really talking about the necessity for you to think about taking a new direction in life, to reassess things, to be ready and able and accepting of change that needs to happen in order for there to be rebirth within yourself, within your life in general. But I'll also read it out to you because I'm not completely at one with these cards yet. So what it's saying here is balance light and dark within you. Be open and ready for change and transformation. Prepare yourself in advance for death and rebirth as they are part of life cycles. Change old habits and behaviors by observing them. Your senses are about to be heightened. Now, so take that as it resonates for you. But yeah, just what I'm getting here in summary, and to be honest with you, is I feel like you're at a point in this connection where, you're either going to kind of wait around for this person and see if they're going to be honest with you, or whether they're willing to put in the work and make this happen, or whether you should just go in a new direction. Now, your words of advice are, we have the Lovers and we have the Three of Wands. So the Lovers here, I feel, is talking about you needing to make a decision about whether this is something that you really want, and to ensure that you try and make this decision based on logic rather than led by passion or to meet your wants. Knowing everything you know about this person and this connection and how you feel about it, how it makes you feel in your body. Is this for your higher good? This is a really big decision for you to make, because this is a major arcana, it's karmic, and the decision is in your hands, really. You have a lot more control over this than you think you do. We also have the Three of Wands, which to me is telling me, have a think about whether you're getting everything you want out of this relationship. Is it time to, turn your back on it and start looking at what other opportunities will be coming in and can come in, but can't until you perhaps make this really big decision that you need to make. All right, so Pile 1, I really hope you enjoyed your reading. I hope it's been able to give you some clarity and or some closure on your situation in order for you to make the best decision for yourself moving forward. Thank you so much for your ongoing love and support, Pile 1. If you haven't yet subscribed, please feel free to do so, to also share the video and give it a thumbs up. And of course, as I said before, you are very welcome to leave feedback and comments below. Thank you so much. Okay, so for those of you who chose the word clarity, or Pile 2, this is your reading. So hopefully this reading will bring you some clarity on your current situation, because I feel like it's much needed. I mean, obviously that's why you're watching this reading, but anyway, however the word sits with you and however you resonate with it. So let's get started, Pile 2. So the first question is, we're looking at how this person is feeling about this connection. I get the feeling this particular connection is quite new, or maybe one that's been put on pause, or as the word suggested before, maybe it is a situation or a relationship that you've been in for a while, but you're needing to gain some clarity because maybe this person has been a little bit more quiet than usual. Sorry. Or you may have not heard from them, or maybe they're finding it difficult to express themselves to you, and that's why I'm coughing. But let's have a look, guys. So your first card is a beautiful major arcana. It is the Sun of Life. So whether you know it or not, this person is really, really happy with your connection. You just do it for them. You make them feel happy. You make them feel alive. You make them just feel like this card, which is really, really beautiful. There's something about you. You're quite... I get the feeling that you're quite a positive person as well, and that you just, you know, radiate this amazing energy that they're really quite drawn to, because we have the Knight of Vessels clarifying this, which means that this person, you know, is really has these romantic feelings for you and really, really wants to be able to, you know, offer you a romantic connection, or enjoys the thought of having a romantic connection with you. And that's why I just get this feeling that it's something quite new and fresh. But either way, as I said before, you're going to need to take it as it resonates. But yes, they like the connection, they like you, you make them feel really happy. Now, what they're thinking about you and how they're feeling about you is we have the Eight of Bows. So this person really enjoys talking with you. They love talking to you. They love being in your presence. They love being in your company. They're very magnetically drawn to you. There's a lot of passion there. Clarifying, we have the Eight of Arrows, which I think is really interesting. This is struggle. So I just get the feeling that this person struggles communicating with you. They struggle communicating how they truly feel. They struggle communicating in general is what I'm getting here. So I don't know whether this person has a bit of like an avoidant attachment style or what's going on for them, because you make them quite happy, which is shown here quite clearly. But yeah, there's something about them struggling with, you know, talking to you, even though they really enjoy it. It stresses them out a little bit. And I think that they tend to overthink things too much, because really it's their own stuff that they're struggling with. This has got nothing to do with you. I want to make that very clear to you. So their intentions, we have the Ancestor. In traditional Rider-Waite, for those of you who are into tarot cards, this is the Hierophant. So this is really saying to me that this person's intentions are really quite good. They're not someone, you know, if this is something fresh, they're not someone that just wants something casual with you. They're someone that is like sticking to their morals and values, which are quite strong. they're a lot, this person is a lot deeper than you think they are, and they definitely have a set of values that they'd like to stick to, and they want to make sure they continue to apply this within your connection. They take the connection very seriously. They take you very seriously. And I feel like this person doesn't ever want to make you feel that you're being taken for granted, that you're being taken advantage of. They really look up to you on a very deep and spiritual way as well. Three of Vessels joy is clarifying this. So I feel like this person really wants to be able to spend time with you and, you know, just have fun with you as well. This is something they inspire to do and something that they want to do. But as I said before, I feel like the fun they want to have with you, they really want to keep it above board, if that makes sense. They want to make sure that they're doing the right thing here and that things are clear in that, you know, whether they've committed or not yet, whether, you know, that they're just a really good person that's got really strong morals and values. They're not someone who, you know, just wants to play around and have something casual. You know, they may have come across like that when you first met them, but if this resonates with you, but they're not that. They take this very seriously because of the profound effect that you have had on them. Okay? Beautiful. So, I forgot to get you guys a word of advice. So let me just pause the video. Okay, so your words of advice, I had 3 cards fall out. We had the 10 of Arrows, instruction. We had the Page of Arrows, Ren, and also the Moon on the water. So what I'm getting here in summary, pile 2, as your words of advice. I feel that this person is currently going through a big change as well. I feel that all of the stresses that they've had upon them have sort of now come to a head, and they're now thinking about what their priorities are in order to move forward in life in general. So they're looking for direction, they're looking at and reflecting on what they should be putting their energy into and their direction in life in general, as I said before. The Page of Arrows, I really feel, you know, is always a card about communication, and I just feel that at this point of time this person may not be talking to you much, or there may be very little communication, and it's just because that's all they can really offer you at this point of time. And we have the Moon on the water, which really talks about there being a lot of fear with this person. There's a lot of fear about whether this, you know, whether they could, you know, meet your expectations, because they see you, as we saw before, they see you as the sun, this amazing person. So a lot of this has to do, the biggest message I'm getting to tell you is a lot of this, all of this has to do with them. All of it has to do with them. It has got nothing to do with you, nothing that you've said or done. This is a lot to do with them. So in saying that, it's, you know, very much up to you whether you decide to stick around and wait for this person and support them, or whether you just, you know, take your own time out to work on yourself and what it is that you need to do to improve things in your life, okay? But, you know, if you're already with this person, please don't have fear, because this person is really moving into a new direction. Now, your oracle card you have is Goblin. So this is talking about, this is actually a really interesting card. It's got the word malice on here. So what I'm really getting here is that this is really talking about making sure that you don't hold grudges against this person, making sure that there's no animosity there for when they do, reach out, or when and if they do decide to spend time with you, or whatever your situation is. But I'll also read out the meaning. So it says, don't let bitterness cause resentment. A grudge has been taken too far. Don't say something you'll regret. Protection is required against harmful thoughts. Forgive and forget. Put your boundaries in place. Don't reveal your weakness. Keep thoughts and words positive, kind and generous. So yeah, you really have to be able to rise above what's going on with this person here and what's going on in this situation, and to go with the flow, because as I said before, this is really about this person and what's going on for them, but they see you as the sun. All right, pile 2, I really hope you enjoyed your reading. I hope you were able to get some clarity and or closure and confirmation. If you wish to get a personal reading with me, or you just want to check out my social media platforms, or maybe leave me a tip, which of course you don't need to, but if you feel to, please feel free. You can find all the details in the description box below. Thank you so much for your ongoing love and support, pile 2. Mwah. Okay, so pile 3, or for those of you who chose the word integrity, this is your reading. Let's get into it. So integrity, does this mean something to you in regards to this connection? Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't, but sometimes the words correlate with something that's going on. Maybe it's talking about you needing to use your integrity more, but let's have a look. Pile 3. So to begin with, we're looking at how they're feeling about your connection. We have the Chariot. So movement is needed here in the connection. They feel like there needs to be forward movement, and they feel pretty confident about this. I get the feeling here that something has happened and that this person really just wants to move forward from whatever has happened, whether there's been some sort of change, some sort of deception. I don't know what your story is, and it's not a personal reading, but this person feels like there needs to be forward movement in this connection, and they want it to happen sooner rather than later. We have the Knight of Wands, which really clarifies the need for them to really want to do this sooner than later. They feel very passionate about this connection and about you, and they might be the type of person that maybe has done something in haste and then has regretted it later, or maybe didn't really take this connection so seriously initially, and now they are, and so they're trying to come back in and work something out with you. Please take it as it resonates for you. So how they're feeling about you at the moment, we have the Six of Wands. So they feel that you're someone that they want to have victory over. They really want to make this connection work. They want to see a happy ending, victory, and because of course, I feel like this is something that would make them feel better, and would make them feel better about themselves more than anything. Okay, and I think you know what I'm saying here, because we've got the Knight of Wands as well. And the Knight of Wands is usually really about, ego, and they're fire signs, right? And your person might not be a fire sign, but I think you get what I might be trying to say here. This is about fire, this is about passion, this is about wanting to accomplish something, right? But it's interesting because you have Death clarifying, which really means, there needing to be some sort of end. So whatever this means to you, you will know what it is what I'm getting here, okay? But there needs to be some sort of ending in order for them to have victory, and that they know that there needs to be an ending of some sort. So whether it's whatever that ending is, there needs to be an ending, right? In order for newness to come through, because their intentions are, we have the Star. So they have a lot of hope and faith and belief that this connection is going to, go the full yards, and it's going to be successful, and if it isn't already something long-term. And we had the sun clarifying this, which really means they're hoping for happiness. The star and the sun together are pretty amazing cards, right? So they're really hoping for this balance and equilibrium in this relationship and for things just to go really, really well. Some of you as well, I feel like they might be hoping that you'll fall pregnant or that you'll have a child together. That's not going to resonate with everyone, but that's what I'm picking up here. Now, your cards of advice. I will need to shuffle your cards to get them, so just bear with me for a second. Okay, my lovely pile 3. So I had quite a few cards fall out for you for your words of advice, so I'm going to go over them very briefly. I'll show you. We have the Page of Cups. We have the Two of Cups. We have the Nine of Pentacles. We had the Fool, and we also had the King of Pentacles, which I thought was quite interesting. So what I'm getting here, people, as words of advice for you about this person, because you will know their history with them more than me. This person, I would say you need to take everything they say with a grain of salt, because I feel like this is them coming into you, and they're coming in as a page, right? So they're going to be very sweet and romantic because they do want a relationship with you. They do want this connection with you. They definitely see you as this just divine, amazing woman or man, right? They really do. But it's whether they can really get themselves together enough, whether you feel like whatever they've needed to work through or whatever it is that they need to be is going to suit both of you, if that makes sense, because, you know, words say one thing but actions say another is what I always say. Now, you have the Nine of Pentacles here because this person sees you as this. You're this really amazing person, man and or woman, who is, you're sorted, right? You're well established and you've got it going on. And this is why this person is so attracted to you, because they know this. They know that you could have many options if you wanted to, if you don't already, right? And I think the reason why we have the King of Pentacles and the Fool showing up is because I feel like you really need to be thinking to yourself about whether this person is someone that's going to, you know, be providing you with what it is that you need in a connection. Because I feel like you're the type of person that you don't really need anyone, and that is the healthiest way to be, is to not need anyone, because then we get better quality relationships come in then, you know, because we're whole. We're not relying on someone. When someone else comes in, it's an added bonus, which makes it even more beautiful, right? And if this person is not going to be this, if you're not feeling this, if you're not feeling like they're stable and they're secure and they're loyal and all these things, amazing things that I feel the King of Pentacles is, or the Queen of Pentacles, then maybe, you know, you might want to think about starting your own adventure solo, because, you know, you are this divine person and this person knows that. And I think they're a little bit concerned that you may decide to take another path. But of course you have free will and you know this person better than me. Your oracle card is Retreat, Crab. So this is really talking about the need to protect yourself and to also be able to stand up for yourself in situations where need be. But I will read this out to you because I don't know these cards extremely well. So what it's advising you here is always put yourself first. It's called self-worth, which is beautiful. Honor your vulnerability. Don't give away your personal, intimate secrets. Protect what is precious to you. Learn to walk away from what does not feel right. And then it says time to visit the sea. So if you're a fan of the sea, the beach, maybe this is a good time to get some clarity as well. But the power really is yours here, pile 3. So pile 3, I really hope you enjoyed your reading. I hope it's given you some clarity and or closure. If you would like to get a personal reading with me or to check out my social media platforms, you can find all the details below, alongside of course my website and my PayPal if you wish to leave me a tip, but it is of course not expected. Thank you so much for your ongoing love and support, pile 3. Lots of love and light your way.